I've just come back from Argentina where I competed in the Gaucho Derby, hence my little gaucho hat here. And it's a 500-kilometre adventure race, horse race, survival race across the Patagonian region of Argentina. And in the race you will ride 7 different horses. It took us 9 days to finish the race, but you'll ride 7 different horses. And the horses can be difficult in some places, and so I just wanted to share with you guys how I avoided some of the horse trouble people had. And one of the horse troubles quite a few people had were horses rearing up. And you know, what I noticed about all these horses is they have quite a bit of separation anxiety. So on the day the race started, we all started together as a group. Everybody got their horses saddled up and we all left as a group. So it wasn't that obvious there, even though one rider, I guess, did have a horse rear up and almost fall over at that first start. But when we got to our second horse, and so by that point in time it's a day and a half, 2 days into the race, and the field stretched out a bit more, so not everybody's leaving at the same time. And I came into what they call a horse station, and I said goodbye to my old horse, the horse I was riding, and I went and caught a new horse. And while I was doing one of those things, I noticed one of the riders, he got on his horse and went to leave, and the horse reared up and he fell off, and then the horse ran around all over the place. But when he fell off, he was behind, there was a medic, the medic's vehicle was there, and he was behind that. So I didn't quite see it, but I did see a rear up. I did hear a big thud. Poor guy hit the ground pretty hard. And then a little while later, when they finally caught his horse and he went to get back on again, I stopped what I was doing and watched him get on. And he got on okay, but then he had a problem where the horse reared up, and once again, he came off the back and landed pretty hard. But what I noticed from that was the horse didn't rear up until he tried to steer it in the direction it didn't want to go in. And it's very subtle, like the rider didn't do anything wrong, but some of these horses have a lot of separation anxiety, so they'd like to go back to the pen that they came from, okay? And some of these horses, if you said, no, you can't go over there, their little trick was to rear up. And that's what happened with this horse. The horse, the guy went to leave that station on his own basically, and the horse kind of went, I want to turn and go back there, and the guy just said, no, we're going this way. He just steered the horse, and the horse reared up. And so when I got on my horse felt kind of the same, to whereas if I steered him where he didn't want to go, he was probably going to rear up. So one of the things I did during the race, these horses, they're used to being ridden, but they're not used to having packs on them. And so, I wrote a book called The Principles of Training, and one of the principles is change one thing at a time. So when I would get a new horse, even though we're in a race and time is of the essence, I would saddle my horse up with no pack, hop on, ride around for a couple of minutes, make sure everything's okay, then hop off, and then add the pack, and then get on, ride around a little bit, and then I would try to leave. So with my first horse, when I got on, I didn't try to steer him anyway. I just let him go wherever he wanted to go. And of course, he wanted to go back to the pen that he came out of. And there's an old Ray Hunt saying that says, first you go with them, then they go with you, and then you go together. And so what I did with my horse was I got on and I went with him. I let him go wherever he wanted to go to, which was the gate, back into the pen where I just caught him from. So I'd let him go. And then when he got to where he wanted to be, then I'd say, now you'll come with me. So there's first you go with them, I did that. Then they go with you, so now he's going with me. And all I do is just, these horses steer one-handed. They don't use two hands, they only use one hand, they kind of neck rein. And so when he went back over to the gate, I just went back and forth. And I said, you can be here, but I would like to, you can't stand here, we're going to keep moving. And then at some point in time when you do that, those horses are kind of like, oh, I thought I'd just get to hang out over here. I wonder where else I can go. And they'll start to think away from there. And that's when I start to decide to want to go away from this. So now we're going together. So first you go with them, then they go with you, then you go together. So this footage here of my GoPro is when I first got on that horse. This is before I put the pack on.
Got another break.
Okay, so I've got him saddled up. Going to see if I can hop on here. I might put him in a bit of a low spot. A bit taller than the last one. So far, seems pretty cool. I'll find out when I'm up here. So he's made it up to someone. So what I'm going to do with him is he's very attached to all these others. So I'm going to let him come over here and just ride him around a little bit and bounce my legs on his sides, turn him back and forth here, turn him back and forth here, turn him back and forth here. Because there's been quite a few of these that wouldn't leave.
Yep.
And so I'm gonna go back. There you go, there was an opening right there. Back and forth here, and then I'll just keep going until, there we go, he's thinking away from those horses now. There we go. Okay, so at least he's safe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the pack on, and then I'm going to do the same thing. And you might have noticed the look of those gauchos sitting on the gate like, what is this crazy Australian doing? And so then I put the pack on and hop back on, and then we had the same thing happen. So I'm going to jump on here. Hang on, whoa. I got that done. Got the breast collar done up. Check all the things. Swing up here. And once again, we're heading back over here. Okay, so we're good. There's some catching going on in there. Bien. Just going to come over here and steer him back and forwards. We've got three gauchos looking at me wondering, what the hell is he doing? Is he trying to get in there? And then I'm going to point him over here and just let him go. Let him have a relax for a second. Now he's probably going to go back over to this fence over here where these other horses are, so I'll probably just steer him over this way and steer him over this way, ride him over here, steer him over this way, steer him over this way. And if he gives me an inkling like right there that he might want to go away like that, then I'll just ride back over here to my pack and dismount, then put my backpack, you know, it's got 2 litres of water in it, so it's quite heavy and it bounces around. So if that was a bit of a wreck right there, it would have been harder to do with the pack on. So one of the rules of the race is you have to wear a hydration pack. So you've got a backpack on that's got a water bladder in it. It's 2.5 litres of water. And one of the things is that, you know, having that much weight pulling on your back like that kind of can make you a little bit less centered on a horse than you normally are. And so what I would do is, first I get on with just the saddle, ride around a little bit, then I get on them with the pack, ride around a little bit, and then when all that's good and there's no bucking and there's nothing silly going on, then I'd hop off and I'd finish up putting my bladder on, and then I'd hop on and then we'd go. So this is after I got off and put the bladder on. So this is our friend Todd right here, and we're waiting for him, so I'm going to go over and do just a little bit more of the same. See where this head and horse is tracking nice and forward, straight over here. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'll just come over here, right there. He wants to stop at this gate, so this is where we're just going to do a little bit of work right here, so that he thinks that maybe this isn't the place he wants to be. But the thing I'm not going to do right here is let him stand still. Okay. Right there, he pointed away, I'll just let him go. And he heads away from the horses, and then of course he heads straight back, but that's fine. It's no big deal. He can come back over here, and then I'll just steer him over here. Steer him over here. And what you find is after a while they get to where they want to leave a lot. Like right there, he just pointed, and see he's wandering away from there. He maybe went a foot or two further that time than the time before. Wasn't far. Right here. Oh, see that way, that time he turned and went, and now I can probably ride him out here a little bit. See, he's going nice and straight on a loose rein. Okay, he's not thinking back over towards those other horses. Like, I'm not steering him right now, and he's heading out here. So it doesn't take very long. So I think that's good. Kansas. Kansas is on hers. And then here pretty shortly we'll be leaving. So all told, that was about 5 minutes, if that, extra work, they're letting him go over to that pen that he came from. But, you know, the people who would have horses rear up and run off, they would spend 15 minutes trying to catch the horse, sort of thing, you know. And so I feel like that was time well spent. And, you know, really, if you were, you know, taking your time training a horse, that wouldn't be an issue. But this is, you know, this is one of those situations where you don't have time to train the horse. You've got to go with the horse that you've got there, and it's just a little thing that you can use to help avoid having dangerous things happen. And I did it pretty much every time I could, and I also did the whole saddle first, hop on ride, pack second, hop on ride, put the bladder on third. And that was pretty helpful too. But anyway, I just wanted to share a little clip on an old Ray Hunt saying and how I used it on the Gaucho Derby to avoid having horses rear up on me.